Welcome back. Today is part 2 of our week 1, and we will be discussing what formal and informal practices are. And I will be introducing you to mindful eating and a body scan meditation. From this week's part 1 of What is Mindfulness Meditation, I hope that you've been able to discover your wandering mind throughout your day and been writing down your distractions. These are good exercises for your brain as it will help you to continue to increase your awareness. A formal practice is what is traditionally called meditation. It entails setting aside the time to do nothing but meditating. For an example, by doing a body scan. A formal meditation can take between 1 minute and many hours. Traditionally, a formal practice can be done in 4 body positions: sitting, standing, walking, and laying down. You've already been introduced to this type of practice through the breathing meditation. We practice informally when we apply mindfulness or compassion fully to something that we are already doing in our everyday life. Mostly, we focus intensely on the sensations that arise within the situation. For example, eating. We focus on sight, smell, taste, touch, and maybe even sound to anchor us to the present moment. We might also become aware of emotions or thoughts arising in the moment. Other examples of informal practice is doing it with house chores or in the shower. You'll get introduced to a variety of both formal and informal practices throughout this course. Some may resonate with you more than others, and therefore, as you continue on your mindfulness journey after this course, you will keep using practices that best fit in your life. The basic instructions are the same for both formal and informal practices. 1. Become aware of the present moment experience. And 2. Once we notice that our attention has wandered off, gently redirecting our attention to the new present moment. I now will introduce you to a body scan meditation. In this practice, which sometimes is called Journey Through the Body, we pay attention to all the different areas of the body one by one. In this short version, we start with both feet, move up the legs, through the torso to the shoulders, then to both hands and up the arms, then to the neck and head. We finish by opening the awareness to the entire body. This mindfulness practice is not just an intellectual exercise, it is about deepening the mind-body connection. The body scan helps you to get reacquainted with the body and physical sensations as they manifest as sensual or emotional responses. But what goes on in the brain has influence on the body, and vice versa. But many people are so disconnected from what their body feels like that they can't detect emotions or other more subtle sensations in their body. Because we move through the body with an even pace, we practice letting go and tolerating or accepting. We might want to linger longer in pleasant areas, but we move on. Or we might not want to feel into an area of tension or pain, but we stay until it's time to move on. In the body scan, we pay attention to the sensations or to the absence of sensations in the different areas of the body, one by one. We pay attention to whatever it is already there, not to what we think we should feel. Common sensations are temperature, your position in space, pressure, tingling, tension, touch like fabric against your skin. There's no need to elicit a sensation if there is none. If there are no sensations, we can still pay attention as if sensations were present, just as one can listen for a sound even if there is none. The body scan is a great practice for non-striving. We are not asking anything from the body. it is more a receiving of sensations. This might be something completely new to you. Normally, we only pay attention to the body if we want it to perform, to do something, or to look good. This can be quite a challenge in the beginning. Some participants may also discover pain. We are bringing each part of our body into our awareness with kindness, even if what we notice is unpleasant. But we are learning how to deal with our pain differently. If the pain in a particular area is simply too overwhelming, I encourage you to skillfully take your attention to another part of the body or to breathe for a short time. By also focusing on body areas that are not in pain, we also retrain the nervous system to not focus solely on the area of pain in the body. Now, before we begin the body scan, you can either remain seated for this or you can even lay down. This practice should take about 15 minutes. And if you do decide to lay down, it is nice to put your legs up on the seat of a chair. And it's up to you also if you want to close your eyes or just lower your gaze. Just make sure you're finding a very comfortable posture. From this point on and throughout the course, you will hear a meditation bell at the start of the meditation to cue you to be ready for the practice. You will hear the same bell at the end of each practice to cue you to bring your attention back to the session. We will now begin the body scan meditation. Now, as you're in the position you have chosen, feel into your body as it's laying or sitting here. Feeling into those areas of contact in this moment, where the feet are touching the ground, the legs, your back, the arms, the head. Maybe also noticing your breath entering and leaving your body. The intention of the body scan is to be present with our body without wanting anything at all, not even relaxation. Of course, it is nice to relax and it is great if it happens, but that is not the goal of the body scan. The goal is to be checking in with each area of the body in a non-judgmental way. We simply feel what is there to feel. No need to stir up sensations by moving the body. And you will notice that there are a number of areas in the body that you might not have been able to feel at all. And that is normal and okay. Just check into those areas as if you could feel something. Now let's start with the feet. Feeling into both feet right now. Feeling into the areas where your feet are touching the ground. Maybe feeling your toes or not. Maybe feeling tingling or temperature. Now let's move your attention to your ankles and your lower legs. What is here to feel, if anything at all? Maybe you're feeling pressure of your calves against the mat. Perhaps it's fabric against your skin. And if you notice that your attention is suddenly somewhere else, just gently, without judging, return it into your legs. It's not a problem at all. The mind just likes to wander. If you find it helpful, you can imagine that you are breathing into your lower legs, as if your attention could ride on the breath, or as if your attention would light up the area like it was a flashlight. Now letting go of your lower legs and move your attention to your knees and thighs. What do you feel here? Again, maybe it's pressure, temperature, or just the position of your legs. Or maybe nothing at all. Numbness also counts as a sensation. Noticing that you're thinking about an area or picturing it in your mind's eye is different from actually feeling it. Now letting go of your thighs and move your attention towards your lower trunk, the pelvis and the belly up from the belly button. Noticing any sensation in this area. Maybe feeling the breath in the lower belly. Perhaps not. Now letting go and now feeling into the upper trunk, the stomach area, and the chest. Feeling the sensations of the breath here with each inhale and each exhale. Feeling the spine against the floor, or maybe even the back of your chair. Noticing any sensations that are here, or the absence of sensations. Now we will move our attention into your hands. Feeling your hands. You might notice how well you can feel your hands without having to see them. Feel your individual fingers. Feel the position of your hands. And when you're ready, let's move your attention to the wrists and the forearms. Focus on what you're feeling here. Is it touch, pressure, warmth? Now moving your attention to your elbows and your upper arms. Noticing any sensations here. And if your mind wanders off, just bringing it back to wherever we are. Just starting again. From here, we're moving your attention to your shoulders and the back of your neck and to your head. Feeling into your jaw and into your face. What does your face feel like? Your mouth, nose, cheeks, eyes, forehead, your entire face. And now, open the awareness to include the entire body again, whether it's lying or sitting here, being alive and breathing. And if you like, imagining to be breathing from the crown of your head all the way down into your toes, and up and out again. Noticing all the sensations of your body and allowing them to be just as they are in this moment. Now allow some movement back into the body, like wiggling your fingers and your toes. Now that we've completed the body scan, I invite you to reflect on your sensations you felt. And as you were doing the body scan, the intent was to be feeling the sensations of your body, using your senses, not thinking about the body. Maybe you also discovered an emotion you did not know that was there. I encourage you to journal about your experience so that you can make sense of any unexpected sensations. And as you notice all these sensations there or not there, that is mindfulness at work. Now I will introduce you to the informal technique of mindful eating. Before we get started with this meditation, I would invite you to pause here and go pick an item out that you would like to eat. Now that you have your food item, don't eat it just yet. I'm going to show you that mindfulness is nothing special, but something that we already know how to do. We will practice this with something that we all do multiple times a day and usually don't give a lot of thought to. We will be practicing mindful eating. Something that comes in very handy in this practice is something that we call beginner's mind. Beginner's mind is the attitude of doing something or experiencing something as if we're doing it for the very first time. When we have done something many times, we lose our beginner's mind and we start to just do it on autopilot. So stay with me here and pretend that you have never seen something like this in your entire life. We will examine this yet to be named thing one sense at a time. Let's start with seeing. What do you see? Now let's touch it. What are you feeling? Now let's smell it. And now listen to the object. What do you hear? Now let's just hold the object for a moment between our thumb and index finger, but don't move it. Perhaps just imagine putting the object in your mouth. What do you notice? Now I invite you to bring the object to your lips and feel it with your lips. What is that like? Is it the same or is it different than feeling it with your fingers? And if it's different, in what way? Now put it on your tongue, but don't bite down yet. Feel it with your tongue. Again, is this the same or different sensation than with your fingers or your lips? Now bite down once. What happens? What do you notice? Now slowly begin to chew the object. Perhaps you notice the urge to swallow, but don't. It's just an urge. You don't have to give in to every urge that you feel. Continue chewing until there's nothing left of the object. Pay attention to how your tongue and cheeks expertly position the bites remaining so they are between your teeth. When you are ready and when you decide, go ahead and swallow, noticing you are exactly one food heavier. So, what was this like? And what did you learn, if anything? Now that you have completed the mindful eating meditation, I want you to reflect on how this is different from how you normally eat. And also, where was your attention when we did this exercise? This is a simple exercise you can do with every meal, every day of your life, which helps you to be present in the moment and increase your awareness to the food you are putting into your body. That is the conclusion of our Week 1, Part 1 session. The next handout you'll be working on is squeezing out stress. If you haven't been able to complete the previous handout, Learning to Belly Breathe, I encourage you to do so. These handouts are for your learning and growth and will help you to strengthen your ability to deal with stress. Also, continue to do focused breathing meditation daily and try to incorporate the mindful eating during your meals. Up next is Week 2, where we will be discussing about being present. Take care.